We've got a 10 metre by 4 metre indoor pool. It's concrete. We had it built when we bought the property. It's got a separate spa, semicircular spa attached to it. It's got being indoor, we started with a shed design with glass on the front, so we've got a good view. And it's a lovely place in summer to spend time with the family. The original heating system was on the southern end, on the western face of the pool shed, which is a north-south pool shed. And so we only really had effective heating from late morning through to late afternoon in summer, and it just wasn't a long enough period to have a hot pool out of it. Unfortunately, we couldn't separately heat the spa, so the spa itself, we've never really enjoyed hot spas as such. I contacted Anthony from Adelaide Pool Heating. He came out and had a look, very professional, had a really good look at it. Identified a number of problems. The first one being the original blanket size was too small for the size of the pool, and also the orientation and location of the blanket itself. So he came up with a plan, suggested my next shed further up the hill, which is a east-west facing shed, had a very long, it's a similar sort of size shed, but it had a large roof area that he could use as such. So that's the next up the hill. The only problem we had was it was a reasonable distance from the original pool. So what we did was I dug the trenches. I've got a backhoe, dug the trenches, and then he came in and did the installation. We had a couple of guys come in. They were here for basically a day. They had to do a little bit of on my suggestion, we did a little bit of plumbing alteration, which enabled me in the shoulder seasons to draw from the spa and return to the spa, which enables us in, for example, April and October, when you've got a nice sunny day, you can heat the spa. And I did it only a few weeks ago in end of April, and I had it up to 34 degrees, which is wonderful. But if you have a normal sort of a summer, then really from the end of October through to probably the end of March, the pool is hot enough to swim in. The family likes the pool fairly warm at around sort of 28, 29 degrees. Most people probably have it a bit cooler than that, so you can easily swim for potentially 4 to 5 months of the year. The energy cost, it's a bit different for me because I have an off-grid solar system and a battery. So the reality is the system looks after itself. The pump can run all day. It's a normal sort of a pool heating pump. Runs all day, costs me nothing. It's excess power that the solar system's producing. And the system that he put in that controls the pump itself is very efficient. If the cloud blocks the sun, then the system detects there's not a big enough difference between the pool temperature and the temperature that's on the rooftop, and it switches itself off, which is fantastic. In other words, if you have a cold period, you're not going to cool your pool. It just says, okay, it's not hot enough, and it stops working and waits for the sun to come back out, and off it goes again. I found Anthony exceptional, very professional, straight to the point. He was very good after sales service. He followed up and said, how do things go? And he even suggested putting a blanket over the spa for those off-peak periods when we could heat the spa. And he provided one to me from Offcuts, which I was very thankful for. The end result we're absolutely thrilled with.